Hi, today I have a small but a quick spring refresh wood project for you, which has got boho vibes and I've given it a spring touch as well. This is a clipboard in wood and I found it in my storage box. I don't remember when I got it and how it got into my possession, no idea, but it has been really messed up. This is strong, thick wood, very sturdy, still functional, good size, and has still maintained its shape very well. So I'm going to use it. More than decor, use it in my home. Somebody has really messed it up with these ink marks. I need to cover them and I cannot mess it up any further. So boldly I go ahead. So I took a pencil and a ruler and sketched a diagonal line on it, and I'm going to paint it like a color block fashion. So for the top portion, first I'm painting around the attachment or around the clip of the clipboard. I'll go first into the crevices and access those areas which are difficult to reach. I have cleaned it, and just in case there are any dust, I need to clean it before doing the paint job, otherwise the paint will not adhere well. I'm using a smaller brush for going into the corners of this attachment of the clip. Then I'll go ahead to the broader area. I'm using these small pieces of skewers to keep my clip slightly above the board surface so that there is enough air and the paint is there and I can paint the whole surface neatly. I took my brush and painted a clean edge of my diagonal, a line for making the color block. Now you can use a painter's tape and paint it, but if you're confident enough with the brush, you can just go ahead and paint with the brush and don't have to use the tape. After doing the tricky areas on the board, I used a flatter, broader brush and painted the rest of the surface in white. The first coat is always a base coat and has this brush strokes, and some areas where still the paint is showing through, I'm putting a thick acrylic paint coat over those areas before going on to the second coat of paint. For the second coat of paint, I'm using a sponge applicator, and first on the tricky areas along the diagonal line and then all over the surface, and obviously let it dry in between the coats very well. For the bottom portion, I chose a color which is very much like wood, mid-tone wood color, or very much like earth or terracotta color. And again the same thing, the first coat I'm going to do with brush, first a line along the diagonal edge and then fill it up with the flat brush, let it dry, and then repeat the process of using the second coat using a sponge applicator and let it dry really well. In the meantime, while the clipboard is drying, I'm going to make a little sign for the spring. So this can be used as a decor, or later I can switch it for more important use in the home. So I took an A4 size paper and using some color pens, it's going to be very easy DIY. I'm writing my words, hop into spring. So today my video is part of the What Would You Make challenge that is hosted every month by Zana from OK at Home DIY and Connie from Connie's Creative Creations, and to this month's their guest host is Lovely Moments Creating. So I'll be linking all the 3 channels and the playlist of the month down in the description box below. Now for the bottom portion, I wanted a bunny, and these are some of the clip arts that I collected from the internet and had it printed out in A4 size paper in grayscale. I think this lying down bunny would be a perfect size for down below. I'm going to cut it out with scissors because it's black on white paper, so it will merge very well with my sign background. I'm just going to glue it in position like this, and then to merge it further with my sign and enhance it further, I'm using some color pens and making more of greeneries around the bunny. I'm not touching the bunny because it will be a little tricky to do that. So I'm just doing the surroundings of the bunny, adding to the foliage of the bunny, giving a few flowers, little more color, and therefore this stuck on piece of paper becomes in one, it becomes one piece with the whole sign. Finally, I took some colors in dark pink to magenta color to lighter pink and green, and making just stripes down below to make it look like a border or an end point of the sign. And I think it's easy, cute, spring fresh. I brought my clipboard in. It's still drying, but I want to do the clip attachment here. I'm using pearl metallic bronze acrylic paint here. I like the metallic colors. The bronze will be perfectly going with the color block scheme that I've used here, with the terracotta and the earthy tones. Plus the pearl metallic sheen has this beautiful shimmery look to it, which really looks very nice, and even the brush strokes don't show. Again, I'm using a brush here and first doing all the tricky and hard to reach areas of the clip, because later I cannot touch them. I won't be able to reach them without getting the paint on my fingers. So first the tricky areas, then I'm doing the top plate, and when I'm doing the edge of the plate, I'm making sure I wipe the edge down before letting the clip sit back on the board. Otherwise the paint will go onto the board. So finally doing the top portion of the clip, and I'll let the whole thing dry. Once my clipboard is ready, I just popped in my sign, and I think this looks really cool. This is a small project, but sometimes small projects in home have a bigger impact, are more useful for everyday life, and I really like it. Now especially because it's got this beautiful boho vibes about it, modern look, and it's in the aesthetics that will suit my home. Do let me know how did you like this simple DIY today down in the comment section below, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. I shall see you soon with more whimsical craft ideas. Until then, take care. Thank you so much.